I personally believe that they go to a heaven kind of place. I think I believe that just because I like the thought of it.
Death.
I'm actually not sure what to believe. I figure I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Hopefully not for another couple years.
I believe that nothing happens. There is no afterlife.
I believe that depending on whether or not they believe in God and believe in grace through Jesus Christ, they'll either go to heaven or go to hell. And I think that a lot of people think it has to do with doing good things and earning your way in one way or the other. And I really just don't think that's true. I think that it really has to do with what Jesus did.
I believe in what the Bible says in Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27, where it says that it is appointed for men to die once, and after that face judgment. So I believe that after death, we all have a time when we go and face He who created us, and at that point, there's kind of like a day of reckoning to see who you live for. Did you give your life to the one who created us, or did you live your life apart from Him? Essentially, that being Jesus, and the way to get to Him is through, faith in His work. So there'll be a day of judging our acts, but then since our acts are insufficient in themselves to kind of get us to heaven, which is, I believe, one of the places people go to, it'll be based on your faith in Jesus Christ. So it'll be either heaven or hell based upon that.
Well, I think they go somewhere, but I'm not really sure where.
I believe that if somebody is religious, that they go to a sort of an afterlife. For me, I'm Christian, and I believe that if you have said the salvation prayer and you've been baptized, that you go to a place called heaven. That would be my belief.
I think it stemmed from the fact that I'm a Christian. I've gone to church most of my life. I'm Orthodox Christian. So that's probably where it came from.
I thought it through for myself, used logic, reasoning, and also I've done a bunch of reading about physics because I'm a physics major, and to me it doesn't make sense to have anything after you're dead.
Essentially, I believe this because of what I read in the Bible, and I also grew up in the church, so I have that background. But there was times when I really challenged myself and had to think through it, and almost walked away from this belief. So maybe I'll get to that in later questions. But from the Bible is the short answer.
This belief comes from the Bible, and Christian belief.
Well, I like to think positively, and I would like to think that I'm going somewhere after I die.
I think it's stayed consistent for the most part, but I don't put so much of an emphasis on that belief, if that makes sense.
It has changed over time, yep. I used to believe in reincarnation, but as I grew up and I learned more about the world, it sort of became less and less feasible.
It has changed. I used to believe there was an afterlife, but I do not anymore. I started thinking more for myself, and as I got deeper into physics, I realized how much less sense the afterlife makes.
Beginning at about the age 8 is really when I began to believe this, and it's grown. I think it's been challenged at several points in my life, and like I said, I almost walked away at multiple points. But I'm stuck with it.
I think it's a belief that I've had my whole life, but one that I'd say maybe is matured into something that's become more deep-seated than something I was kind of just something I just memorized in regards to, there is this place, heaven and hell.
I think I believed about this my whole life. I don't really think that, I think I've made it more of a realization than just a fantasy land when I was younger.
It's not necessarily changed in a dramatic way, but I have contemplated whether or not if there's some truth to what I believe. But overall, I have pretty much believed that for most of my life, but I have critically challenged it at some points.